feeling of you exiting the rat race, but then you end up building a rat race of your own and you run in that. And I know how that turned out. Because I know your product is, to be honest, I've not tried it yet.
Today and reduce their time and cost by 50%. I can guarantee. Every business will own a media wing because cost to acquire a customer is getting high day by day.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome to Beyond Business Hours. This is our, I think, third podcast, and we have Venkatesh here with us. He's like a serial entrepreneur, multiple companies is founded. So yeah, Venkatesh, how's it going? How do you feel to be in our office in a podcast setup?
Awesome. I think it's very nice. Yeah.
I mean, we are doing something different.
That's it. Loved it.
So why don't you tell us, I think probably you should start with your journey, how you started getting into business. I mean, a lot of people want to get into business, right? Like want to start a business. They're like, how do I quit my job? Will this really work? So why don't you take us through your whole journey, dude? Like, I remember you were talking about, how, from where you came and where you are, right? So why don't you give us like a quick brief and we'll take things ahead.
Yeah, man. I think somehow in early days I realized that I don't want to do normal stuff because I have seen my father doing it for 40 years.
Huh.
And I know that I can do that anytime in my life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like picking up a full-time job or getting that couple of lakhs of salary and all, right? But I was inspired by some of these industrialists. One whom I inspired is GMR.
Oh, okay.
So he has a huge sugar factory nearby my village.
Uh-huh.
And my family comes from a farmer's family. And after the crop, we are supposed to take our sugar cane to that sugar factory.
Oh, wow, okay.
In childhood, when I used to go with my dad in the lorry or a tractor, I used to wonder, how come someone builds such a huge factory?
Yeah. So you're like, how do I, from the delivery guy, how do I become that guy? So I'll take deliveries.
Whenever I used to travel by bus and the bus used to go just next to the sugar factory, I always used to wonder, like, how come someone builds such a huge factory? But when I grew up, when I was doing my engineering, I know that he's very well-known industrialist and who came from a very small tier 3 or tier 4 town and who is actually become a multi-billionaire and having properties across the world. I felt, this is interesting journey, right? Okay, now I'm 20, maybe I have about like 40 years of life. This is something that I can pursue. So I don't know the path, but I will figure it out on my way. So at the time, during my third year of engineering, I felt I had to take a different path than everyone else. So I got on-campus placement in a steel industry.
Okay.
Somewhere in India, somewhere in North, and along with all of my friends, 8 of our friends got
the same job.
Same job.
And what was the job exactly? Like you did mechanical, right?
I did metallurgical engineering.
Okay.
So our only option is to get into these steel industries, steel making industries. So I got a job. All of these people decided they will go join the job. But one thing I have done something different than everyone else. I don't know whether knowingly or unknowingly, I attempted GRT. So I also got admission in US. Okay, I'll go after in a different path because something else is waiting for me. or something else I want to create. I think that's where everything has started, right? I want to take control of my life, not like my father or the society I'm seeing. If I have to be very successful, I have to do something totally different than the usual path.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there was a trend, right? Like a lot of people were going to US. You know, that is like in our mindset, especially, especially coming from where you came from. You're like, okay, US, maybe there is like a gold mine there, and it was. I mean, at that point of time, everybody was going to US. Everybody wanted more exposure.
Yeah.
So, how was your whole US experience?
I think when I, it is so funny that I didn't even know how to speak English. Even I attended GRE with by hearting almost like 3,000 words vocabulary.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty much all by hearted. There is no logic, no emotion, nothing. Right? You just imagine I just landed in a new world where you have to communicate with the people.
Yeah, language barrier.
Language barrier. And coming from a very small village, you just focused on your education all the time. You didn't know much about how to communicate with people from different world and all. It's a new world, totally new, new things. Every day is a new day for me, right? And America is being one of the best places for dreamers. It's kind of, it's known as like a land of opportunities, right?
Yeah.
I've been hearing from many people, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
So I think after I finished my masters, I did my masters in University of Texas Arlington, and after I finished my masters, I got a job in California. Then I moved there. I think that's where I think whole new world of opportunities opened for me. I moved there to start a job because what I have studied is material science. For material science graduates, one of the best career opportunities to get into a semiconductor industry or any relevant industries like solar industry. I think since I have done some small project on solar industry, I felt like, hey, I think there are really good opportunities in California, let me move there. So that's where I got to introduced to this one organization called TIE.
TIE, okay.
So TIE organization actually they want to help budding entrepreneurs, people who want to start businesses across in US, but they are actively supporting Indians.
Okay.
First time I heard that there is something called entrepreneurship. At the age of 24.
Till then you are like, okay, my life is pretty sorted. Study, take job, make wife, kids.
It's like anyone, but that what I had seen and what I wanted since childhood. Oh, how does this person become so huge? How can someone own such a huge buildings and such an industries, right? I found the connection there. Oh, this is the way to make that happen.
Okay.
So at the age of 24, I found, the path to what I wanted to become.
Okay. So you discovered the path there.
Path. Till then, I don't know. There is something like that, but I don't know what it is.
But it was in back of your mind.
Back of my mind.
That I have to do something.
There are some.
Yeah, I have to do something on my own. I have to build something.
Because we've seen so many people traveling, driving in expensive cars, having luxurious buildings and everything, right? Oh, why? Why there is something? I think there is some way that we can also create that wealth. Always that desire is there that I want to create wealth. I don't know what it takes to create it, but I want it.
I want it, yeah. I mean, that's, I think, any entrepreneur should have. I think that's one of the reasons why we get into entrepreneurship, right? Like, I mean, this wealth is not enough. Like, now I need more. How do I get it?
Right.
So then, okay, so you did the whole US thing, job and all of that. So, and then you started Red Solar, right?
So the Red Solar journey, what had happened is I was working as a software developer
Uh-huh.
after studying material science. That is a whole different story in US. After I worked for 1.5 years, I was actively pursuing these small side projects.
Uh-huh.
I was building websites for some people. So people were approaching me, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? They were paying like $2,000 to $4,000 to get these jobs done. So at the time, I was making about like $5,000 per month from my software job. And I realized some people are approaching me, asking, paying $4,000 and getting one website done. That's almost like just couple of hours of job. Oh,
Then you felt your worth is more, right?
just imagine, right?
Yeah.
You're just renting your almost like how many 160 hours of time to a full-time job
Yeah.
where you are making $5,000. I also realized same time that you can work just 4 to 5 hours of work and
Get
make
the same money.
Oh wait, right?
Why am I doing this then? Like,
Yeah, that thought actually made me broke so many times because this is not how it works, right? You don't know.
yeah. You'll get $4,000 one day. Next 20 days, nothing.
Sometimes months. It's not like- So I think same time I was 25 and I've been reading a lot of this news. People are becoming millionaires by 30. It is 30 under 30.
Yeah, that-
There's so much of influence, right, on us. At the time, my visa got rejected. So I had two options. Either I had to go back to education, get a new F1 visa, and maintain your visa, then follow everyone else. That is what happens with 99% of Indians who are traveling to US for the education.
Yeah.
You can stay rest of your life in US. There is no problem. But somewhere I felt like I don't want to again. I know that education hasn't impacted my life that much, but what I have done, like the solo travel across US, living in a car for 30 days, living in Vegas for 30 days, with just depending on bread, butter, bananas.
Okay.
So some of these solo travel that I have done, couple of places across the US has opened my way of approaching life. I don't want to live a fake life of going back to education, spending another $20,000 to $30,000. That is not that I have to take a debt again, or I have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap.
$30,000. What the fuck? I just have paid that. Again, I can't. It doesn't make sense for me. Okay, I'm 25. I have all the energy, and by the time I learned that I am good at selling something, or I don't know, I'm good at building relationships. I'm good at making good friends. All of these things together, you can become a good entrepreneur. Okay, so I made a decision. It is super hard. I know that my parents get shocked when they hear about my decision. I was at the very lowest state because I had to make a decision because next 30 to 40 years of my life depend on the decision alone. Should I stay in US, spend another $30,000 and get education and become wealthier here in US? Or I also have an option to go back to India, start a business, take a different path.
Yeah.
So much of uncertainty, so many unknowns. There is not even a single clarity of thought.
I know, but sometimes you just have to take that leap, right? Like,
That is what changed the entire my trajectory. Right?
yeah.
First of all, I'm risking my job here and going to US is fucking. I don't know what world I was entering into. The second biggest step I have taken is moving back from US, which 1 in a million people does.
Yeah.
I have done that, and I had to make money. I decided I have good energy next 5 years. I don't want to, if I have to experiment with my life, this is the best time that I can give myself, 25 to 30. Okay, I want to become a millionaire. I'm going back to India. Let me do it. That's it.
Nice. So that's where the whole Red Solar journey started, and you ran that for a while, right?
So yeah, I started Red Solar when I have hardly 8,000 rupees in my pocket. I think your co-founder knows very well about that.
Yeah, I know. He used to work for you at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we know each other.
Yeah. So I started the whole company with zero balance almost. I think we have done a really amazing work in that 4 years of building that business. I think if I have one successful project in my entire life till this, I'm entering into 34, which is the first company. Building a huge company and selling it is not a small thing.
Yeah, definitely. And at least there was a clear path, no, right? It's not like there'll be a lot of people who build something and they get stuck in it. Basically, they don't know, should I get out now? I'm no longer interested. But still, I'm doing that because this is something I built. This is my baby. But you had a clear vision that, okay, I've done this for a while now. I need to move into different things. So let me exit. So what was the thought process there for you to exit from that?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. Okay, in 2016, when I started the solar energy company, we are all conditioned, at least I am conditioned with education system. Okay, there is a 2-year degree, there is a 4-year degree. So I decided now no one is there to monitor me. I only have to figure it out my entire 4-year degree, which I am going to create, which is entrepreneurship or building a business. End of the 4 years, I don't want just a certificate. I want money.
Yeah.
I want the power, or I want that, what a man desires or what a man wants, right? This is subconscious things what we all crave for, right? I want that. So I have broken down to 8 semesters.
Okay.
The 4 years, and I was very clear that I want to hit by 30. I want to hit one revenue part, and also during 30 times you get to meet your girlfriend. You get to have to make a decision about
all that.
You have to get married. All of the building family, all of the things come, right? I think I learned at 30 that I had built a good business. Now I have mastered a couple of good skills. It is time to move on. This is just bachelor's of engineering done.
Okay. That's a very nice way to look at it. We are also always looking out for the next thing. But I feel there are a lot of entrepreneurs who get stuck in their own business. It's like, that feeling of you exiting the rat race, but then you end up building a rat race of your own and you run in that.
Absolutely.
End of the day, you built a job for yourself again.
So I think one point, right? See, I realized that I'm good at selling at 25. So I had to make a decision with whatever the knowledge or information it is available back there. So I worked, or I have leveraged that skill for 4 years. In 4th year, I realized that I can leverage the same skill and make 100 times X of money. So why do I need to carry the same business? End of the day, it is about money, right? How much you are making. It is not about what business you are doing.
Yeah.
Always, right? And as long as you find the fun and you are excited about the business, you are good to move. So that was my calling. Okay, I want to leverage the same skill. Now I want to step up my game. Now let me build a technology company, because where I can scale this company to globally, right? Where I can raise more funding, where there is enough money available out there, right? And where you have a huge new network that you had built over the last 4 years, which you didn't had in 2016.
Yeah. You're basically leveraging on top of it.
Absolutely. When I was at 30, Dude, I have literally a lot of things that none of these things existed at when I was 25.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer that I have to make a bigger move.
Hmm.
I cannot get into the trap of I have to see the new world. That's right. I have to move on.
Nice. So from Red Sola, you moved on to the next thing, and I want to talk about that. Like there was, like a lot of people think that a successful entrepreneur, everything he does is something he succeeds at. So I want to talk about your next, the nutrition thing that you guys, were planning to do.
Yeah.
When
See,
you
I
plan-
think same time in 2020 when I was almost about to sell, just before a year back, I met my girlfriend, now wife. Um, she is a nutritionist. So after selling the company, we don't know what to do.
You're like, I want to do something
I
new.
want to do something because just imagine you just finished a cricket match and you have a couple of days, you don't know left to just think about. You don't know what to do, so you just want to go and play with someone, or you want to go and just kill the time, right? At the same time, your co-founder Naresh and me are became pretty good friends, kind of almost like a brotherhood, because we got that we used to sell together whatever we were selling in solar, right? So I proposed him, bro, Deepika, he knows Deepika very well. Deepika is a nutritionist. I think there is a good potential that we can build a business around her. Because Deepika is coming from a very well-known company, Healthify Me. She just left her job, and we are just thinking, yeah, she has skill. You have marketing skills. I have sales skills.
Oh, this is perfect recipe
Right.
for.
So we took this small project. I think, hey, let's just take 30 days of time. Let's make 5 lakh revenue.
Okay.
We do end to end in just 30 days. We will see where we go. Then we will make a decision.
Okay, and I know how that turned out. Because I mean, if you would have made 5 lakhs in 30 days, you're still probably running that out.
Yeah. So we were missing the piece after I had built a company and selling the company, making money. One thing I had missed, it's a long-term plan. You cannot make the hasty decisions like the young folks. Yeah, Naresh is being young and Deepika is being young. I was little young only in my mind. So I think if we had played that very well, it's a different game actually. For at least 3-4 years we had played, it's a different game. But yeah, that's after that that has led me to start another company which is called Medvisor. I realized that a lot of good opportunity there in healthcare, especially in India, right? So you see there is a huge difference between the price of drugs from brands to generics. The medicine that you buy for 1,000 rupees, the same medicine you can get it for 10 rupees.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the same medicine?
So huge difference. Same medicine, same ingredients.
Wow, okay.
So I was shocked because, believe me, I have, it's so funny that I know a family whose, let's say mother and father and grandfather, all are doctors and they own a hospital. From my side, my father and my mother, my aunt, me, my sister, my wife and daughter, we are all consumers. Whenever there is a problem, we are all going there to that hospital and investing about, like, let's say, minimum 4 to 5 lakhs a year.
Yeah.
What just had happened? One side of the family just become the producers. They had built one crazy skill, which is, I can cure your disease. Other side of family, is being a consumer spending minimum 4 to 5 lakhs every year, rest of the 10 years or rest of the 20 years, we are just transferring our whole assets about 1 crore in the next 20 years to that family. What the fuck is happening here, right? So then I decided that, dude, it's time to become the producer, not the consumer.
So that's where Medvisor came into being. Okay.
So if I can actually curate doctors, nutritionists, Ayurvedic specialists, I don't need to be a doctor. I can own a hospital, a virtual hospital.
And this was the days of when Practo was becoming,
Absolutely.
big thing, right? Like,
Absolutely.
lot of, I mean, to be honest, right now, for the simple stuff, I don't even go to doctors anymore.
Yeah.
I just do that online consultation.
Absolutely.
Basically, I need the prescription. I already know what I want.
Yeah, right.
I need a prescription from him. And it's like a video call, and it's like,
Absolutely right. So same time, I proposed this idea to some of close friends who had seen my journey building Red Solar and selling it. And 5 close friends they said, dude, it's okay, give it a try, we will invest in this business. So I raised some angel capital from these folks. Then we had built a product. The product is like, you can find medicine from price ranges of all ranges, like from 10 rupees to 1000 rupees. So you don't need to spend too much medicine. You can cut down on medical expenses. That's the idea. You give me the list of medicines you want, I will reduce the price by finding the alternative medicines.
okay, but this is basically just other companies doing the same medicine.
Yes, same brands. The only different brand name, that's it.
Okay. And it's so basically the ingredient cost is very cheap. It's because brand value they're selling at
Because a big brand company, they have to spend on marketing, branding, employees, sales, marketing. So they're just adding up that entire overheads on that.
Oh, so that unit economy of
We
that.
are paying for their brand building.
Okay.
Such a stupid idea, but that's how India functions at this point.
So like I know that the Medvisor didn't kick off like the.
It is not just kicked off; it fogged me. it left a dent in my mind. Just imagine a cricket player who just did a century in the previous match. In the next match, he ducked out. What happened? Hey, I thought I had the skills. I thought I know how to build a business. I thought I know how to sell, how to market. What just happened after you're spending 9 months to 1 year of time and you just couldn't make it? That actually hit you so bad emotionally.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've successfully done something and you're like, okay, now this is figured out. I just have to replicate whatever I've done.
Absolutely.
Now that is not working. You're like, okay, how did that work first? Like, I know that's crazy, but what do you think was the missing factor, for this to work? I mean, on paper, it sounds like an amazing idea. Like, if you come and tell me I'll save you medicines, I would be like, okay, sure, dude, why not?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I learned what were missing back then. Anytime if you want to build a business, you need the domain expertise. Especially if you want to build a healthcare business or a hospital business, you need a network of people where you can actually immediately get some kind of a business. If it takes a couple of years of time to build that network and rapport and everything, if you don't have the runway and if you don't have enough money and if you don't, so it's going to be super hard.
So basically, you were trying to learn a new industry altogether.
Rather than doubling down on what worked before.
Yeah.
Just 4 years back, I was learning about how energy industry works, energy sector works, how solar is the future of India, how all of the thing. All of a sudden, I stopped learning energy. I started learning medicines. So my learning curve is so huge, and I had very little runway. One more thing is why Red Solar worked is it because of my co-founder.
Hmm.
So having a co-founder is 100 times better than running solo.
Yeah, I
So
mean, definitely. Like, I don't think we would have been in business if it wasn't
yeah,
for
yeah,
me having a co-founder.
absolutely.
We would have not even kicked out till now. Like, I would
Absolutely.
probably shut business long
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I think in MedVisor, if I had found a co-founder who has a domain expertise in
Hmm.
healthcare and medicines and all, where I put my marketing and sales skills and business skills, it would have worked. I tried. I tried in multiple ways. Maybe I hadn't tried enough or played long term game.
Hmm.
I gave up little level.
So I think then after Medvisor was you had a phase of working.
First time, I think after a long time, I started a full-time job. That is also it's not giving up because I learned that okay, what if I start working in healthcare industry? So one day I decided to post on LinkedIn saying that hey, I'm looking to take some sales project. I had built this. My recent project is MedVisor. I'm passionate to work in any healthcare company.
Hmm.
So someone reached out to me, hey Maji, I have a small assignment. Maybe 6 months to 1 year. Would you like to have a chat? So that's when I joined Resolute,
Hmm.
heading their sales. I really loved product
Hmm.
and what they're actually building. Yeah, that's first time I started working full time intentionally.
Nice. Okay. And post that, I feel like after the whole resolute thing, that's when you come to like the jumping on the AI bandwagon like everybody. I mean it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I realized that when I was working with that company, right? I realized that so many companies are struggling with sales, marketing. They have crazy and good products, but they are always struggling with getting the right sales and without doing any effort on putting any effort on marketing. So I realized, so while I was working with them, I built some sales frameworks.
Hmm.
Oh, I realized I can be a sales consultant to these 10 number of companies. Why do I need to work with one company?
Yeah.
Again, I always think, okay, if I'm giving my 160 hours of time for this month, I would better give it to 10 different companies.
Yeah, that's the whole like the agency.
Yes, I always think from a business angle. If I give 4 hours of time, I can give them the entire sales framework. If they can actually crack some 10, 20 deals, that actually helps. So I felt like I can build a business around it. The same time, I got an opportunity to join a VC accelerator program, which is called Antler. You might have
I know, I
heard
know.
about Antler, right? They just started in India a year back. They are starting a whole new cohort. They're inviting both tech founders, both business founders. They facilitate the matchmaking, and if you can able to build a product and get traction, they will invest into about like 200 and 250K at a very early stage at an idea stage.
So how did you come across this whole antler thing?
Okay, that's yeah.
Because a lot of us would want to know like how do you even probably get into such programs, or like where is the thought process coming here from?
Yeah. So the Antler or Y Combinator or Entrepreneur First, these are all programs they design that they know that if I can bring 3 to 4 talented folks together
Mm-hmm.
and we facilitate the right environment, there can be an idea can be produced, created. And if we just fuel with our experience, they can actually convert the idea into product. If we can help little more further, they can build $1 billion business. So these are the models that's been there from almost like last 20 to 30 years, from Silicon Valley to across the world. So one of my friend 3 years back, I think in 2019, he's a tech guy working full-time job. He's about I think 31 or 32 year old. He first joined Antler, and that's when we all get to know that there is something like that exists.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, at that time I was building. I was in fourth year of my solar energy company. So I heard about Antler for a very long time. I applied couple of times with couple of ideas, and I didn't get an entry. This guy, he finished the Antler program. Within 1 year of time, they built a huge product, and after 2-3 years of time, he sold the product for a couple of millions. Hey, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Oh, Antler like programs can open, change your path. So this is so interesting fact. I was so prepared myself for last 10 years by taking risks and reaching milestones, and curated my entire resume. Now that is useful now to get an entry into Antler. Either US education, coming back to India and building a company and selling it off, and building a niche, building a skill in one specific skill like sales or marketing or ability to build a team and skill, right? These are the 3 factors they had seen when I applied Antler.
Okay, so it's not something that anybody can get into, right?
It's not something that anybody can get into it. I think we have discussed so many times that
because I also applied after, I didn't get through. Maybe it also comes down to, how you present yourself. And
how you present yourself, how you connect the dots, and how you show them that this is something that I have achieved, and if you give me a chance, I'm going to make your investment work.
Because for them it is an investment, right? Yeah.
It's an investment. It's for them business. It's nothing.
Yeah.
They're not in an NGO business that I want to help you.
Yeah. I mean, there are incubators and stuff, but again, everyone wants a good idea, right? Like, if there's no something concrete.
Yeah, actually, these kind of programs, more than ideas, they know that ideas, anyone can have idea. They look for someone with a deep expertise. For example, you guys have a deep expertise in email marketing. You guys have a deep expertise in copywriting, communication. You guys have a lot of deep expertise. That is one thing. The second thing is what you have done with your deep expertise. What is that one viral thing that you have done? Hey, I have this expertise, but where is the social proof? Okay, in just 1 month's time, we have created one ad that went so viral, and it hit about like 5 million people, and we generated a revenue of $20,000 in just 30 days.
I mean, something tangible.
Something tangible that you feel proud of. That is what we.
Okay. And this is where you met your current co-founder, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, okay. So I know, like, LinkedIn automation is like a big thing, something we do, and I know your product is to be honest, I've not tried it yet. I mean, there's so many things to do, dude. Like, honestly speaking,
I know agency like it.
Okay, but why don't you talk about Hyperly a bit? Like, so what are you trying to solve here? Like,
see, since beginning, I was actually telling, I learned a skill, which is how to build a business, which needs set of people, which needs a good domain expertise, which needs good insight, not idea. Ideas are stupid. Insight is what anyone needs here. Insight is something that what are these 1 million people trying to solve? What are these 10 million people trying to solve? What are these 100 million people trying to solve? Not someday not after a couple of years, not after a month, today. So it is more about social listening. So the insight come from, if you observe the market, okay, these are the 1 million people trying to transit from a point A in Bangalore, let's say Koramangala, to point B, let's say HSR. But they are struggling to find the rides. So I will go and facilitate a small cycle, because the distance is too shorter. They don't need to depend on auto, they don't need to depend on a car, they don't need to depend on something else. It can be so autonomous where they can actually just take the bike and leave the bike there. And if they once they are done there, they can come back here, right? You see this, what is a bike business? What is it, small bike business?
Yulu.
Yulu. You see, right? Who imagines that kind of a business when these such a commutes are right? So that is where we started. In Antler, whole program is you finding the insight, not the idea.
So I understand the thought process behind Hyperly. Okay, I'm not.
I'll tell you now. We have. If I want to build a business, I don't want to depend on ideas. So it is not an idea. It is an insight that, because since almost like last 15 years I've been spending on LinkedIn. Either I got my first internship from my LinkedIn. I got first job on LinkedIn. I got even lot of business actually from LinkedIn. I realized that a lot of people are spending on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn has about like a billion users every day. And here is the catch, right? Only 1% of the people who are creating content on LinkedIn. And there is once this company, I don't know if I can mention the company name or not. They had built a product just based on the LinkedIn and sold it for 10 million within 3 years of time. They are exclusively targeting content creators. Okay, they just served maybe 1% of the entire 1 billion of people. Not even 1%. They might have only solved 0.02% of the entire people.
It's still the size of a number.
So it's a huge TAM, total available market, and we noticed that a lot of businesses are going to LinkedIn, either B2B businesses, and there is no other platform if you are a B2B business trying to find the prospects, B2B customers. There is no other platform except LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Or you have to do this SEO long-term game, right? We thought, okay, we can create a platform where any business can able to create content easily, because one of the challenging part for most of the businesses, writing. It doesn't come naturally. Marketing, it doesn't come naturally. Asking, selling, it doesn't come naturally. But if you see last 4-5 years, how this digital asset businesses, like a course, like a podcast, how they're actually monetizing on while building a audience, a specific set of audience. So the world is moving towards social selling space, where you don't need to worry too much about doing 110 different things like SEO, videos, spending on ads, cold calling, cold emailing and all. Future is going towards where you can actually create content and engage, make your target audience engage with your content and sell there or make them buy your product. So that's where a lot of these folks are doing it. So this 1% of people already influenced about like 10% of the people. But this 10% of the people don't have enough resources, they don't have they cannot afford in-house teams, they cannot hire an agency. So a lot of these things there, right? So in next 3 to 5 years, they are trying to solve by either by doing themselves or by hiring a tool to do the job done. That is the insight we have got. If we can serve about 2,000 to 3,000 businesses in the next 3 years, getting this job done of they can able to create content effortlessly within just fraction of seconds. They can able to engage with their B2B prospects, and they can able to sell on LinkedIn. If we can solve this problem for 2,000 people, we make good money out of it. That is the first thing we have seen. And these 2,000, 3,000 people will hire us to go from point A to point B. I told you, right? Where I was in a helpless situation, I don't know how to write content, I don't know how to market, I don't know how to sell, to a place that with this tool I can do everything in just less time and less money.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good prospect, like good niche that you have carved out. But what I wanted to know was, see, this is not the first of its kind, right? There are obviously tools, in the market which does this. So now your growth plan is like now depending on user acquisition now, right? Like the more user you are acquire, the better you are in the market standing, in other tools, right? I mean, because now that GPT is here, anyone can go like for example, I don't need to go to GPT and be like, okay, write me a content, but you've packaged it in a nice way. So what is the plan for you? Like how do you plan to do that user acquisition now? So that you come out on top. Like that has to be the goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. See, I think we have launched about like 6 weeks back. I did pretty much all my marketing on LinkedIn. If you know that, I have done about like 30 to 40 posts in the last 6 weeks of a time. And I brought about like 1,200 users onto my landing page. Where I hadn't spent a single rupee. So right? And we got about like 230 signups today. Out of which about like 10 paid users. We are right now at already $1,000 MRR.
Nice.
This all happened at zero marketing spend. That is what I'm truly believing, and I used my own tool to do that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not selling something different that I'm not practicing or following. Right? This is what exactly people needed to sell in today's market in next 5 to 10 years as well. Right? If you are selling any product across globally, with LinkedIn you have access to about like 200 countries. If you are selling any product in these 200 countries, LinkedIn is a platform. But if you just ChatGPT is more like you will get a very generic answer. This is how I see, right? With ChatGPT, I would daily commute. It is more like a Google now.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of.
But not everyone wants to use daily commute every day. There is 1% of the people take flights. There is maybe 5% of the people take trains. 10% of the people take cabs. Right? Now, why these people take different forms of?
It's the whole packaging, right? Like
because they want to save time. Because they can afford. So this is where Hyperly comes, right? Any business having about like minimum 10 salespeople or 20 salespeople, and these people needed constant feed of marketing qualified leads. And in today's world, it is not easy to acquire a marketing qualified lead without spending. Today, if you have to acquire a market qualified lead in US, schedule a meeting, it's costing about $700. But what we are actually seeing, what we are actually predicting, an SDR SDR means sales rep, using Hyperly create content, at least generate 4 meetings in a month by developing his personal brand and building the authority for himself, which didn't exist till now. Only fraction of SDRs are doing this today on LinkedIn.
So you're basically trying to turn everybody into influencers.
I think that's a very good point, right? Yeah, I think the future holds you can actually become an influencer. Customers come and buy from you. All you have to do, deliver value, not selling. Just selling doesn't help. You keep educating them, you create value, they will come and buy.
So now, see, I get the whole, the TAM and all of that. But how is it different now that you're building a tech product, right? I mean, there'll definitely be a lot of difference compared to your previous businesses. But now that you have a tech co-founder, how is that, relationship between you guys? Because anything sales and marketing, he has to say yes because he is not an expert in that. And anything he says about tech, you have to say yes because you don't know much in that, right? So how is that, whole equation panning out with you guys?
Leap of faith.
Yeah, I mean, it is a leap of faith. Now,
Now
that you have leaped.
So he mastered, he has a decade of experience in building tech products. He worked with Adobe, he worked director of technology with Momentum. He has burned his own hands by building a startup. So he has some idea about business, and he coming from Bansal family. He knows what a business is.
Yeah.
Right? So he has a minimum skills on the sales and marketing. Whereas if you remember, I started my journey as a software developer.
Yeah, I know. It's changed.
So I know what he's actually building. I don't need to know so deep. I am very customer focused sales guy. I be very careful with the landing page, how the messaging is, how the story flows, right? While I'm taking care of that entire emotional part of it, where customer facing side of the business, he is taking care of the scaling part. Because why does first of all tech comes? Actually, you don't need a tech. You can actually build like a content marketing agency.
Simpler.
It's a simple. So without tech, that is my business. Hyperly is a content marketing business which provides content marketing services to the businesses. But how many people can you help? How many businesses can you help with the limited resources you have, limited time you have, right? It is not scalable. That was the problem with my first business. It is not scalable. So I had to figure it out. I want to build a scalable business which is global, which is repeatable. This product has all the elements, so I'm putting all of my energy here. I'm going to make it happen. And our proof of concept in the first 6 weeks, we made the money. We got some kind of a validation. I'm just about to close another 1,000 MRR in just one more week. So if we achieve about 10,000 MRR, that means we don't need to much worry about both of our salaries, our team salaries, right? We don't need to think about building $1 billion business, but we always see that can we solve one specific problem for these 200,000 people? That's it. And are these 2,500 people willing to pay us $100 a month? That's all we care. So if we achieve that, our MRR will be $25,000 a month, right? That actually can create about like 4 or 5 jobs for us, and it can be even lifestyle business. Even if you want to sell this business end of the year, we can sell it for 5 times now.
So what is I agree with all of what you said, but I want to know, will you go into the whole funding, that whole ecosystem of raising funds, scaling massively? Is that something you plan to do, or do you want to take it slowly, do the user hack, and keep getting revenue, and once you have like a stable thing, then probably keep this as a running thing, or do you want to do the whole funding. They say there is a funding winter and stuff, right?
I just would like to conclude the previous topic. Okay, you are a business guy. Your founder is a tech guy. How does this happen and all, right?
Yeah.
So we only see that if we can serve this 2,500 people, we make about $25,000 a month. That we cannot do it by running an agency, building an agency. We can only maximum serve 25 customers in a year. So that's why there is a tech angle has to be there, a business angle has to be there, and we are very clear that if we hit that goal, we don't need to worry about next 30 years of our life.
Okay.
That is very clear. Okay, we will be financially very stable, and we will attract a lot of investments also. Now, when it comes to that is the role of a tech founder and a business founder. Right. Now, when it comes to investment versus bootstrapping, right? My first business is bootstrapping, and we were depending on. It's kind of a cash-heavy business. It's a people-heavy business. It's a capital-intense business, right? When it comes to this AI bubble and this kind of a SaaS product selling into US market and all, you can actually build a micro SaaS product where you don't need a fund, where we can actually create. So just imagine, billion people on LinkedIn. All we are targeting 2,500 companies who can pay us $100 a month. Is it that hard? Can you imagine it?
It's not. I mean, when you put it like that.
Me being a sales guy, he being a tech guy, we put every bit of element in to make that happen. 2,500 people, we know that we can crack it 18 months time. If in the worst case, it only goes another 18 months. But just my only goal is to sell to 2,500 companies. Doesn't later. After that, I don't know who will build later. Right? It is so possible, practical, right? That is what we are holding, the vision part, right? Now, this business can be built bootstrap, and we can call it like a micro SaaS. The separate way is we can also raise fund. Actually, we are in talks with couple of actually VCs approached us to put, hey, we want to put some 100K, 150K into your business, right? Already we got some inquiries. We also have, because sometimes when you are competing, you only mentioned, right? Oh, there are already a lot of AI products coming in this direction, right? At this time, you need some kind of a financial muscle.
Yeah,
spend on
definitely.
marketing. You cannot wait 18 months to figure it out where we are going at. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make some bold steps, and we are okay to. We need more money if required to market pretty fast. So both the options are there, but at this time we are still holding the bootstrap way because we are generating revenue.
No, that's good actually. Like the first thing you figured out is to generate revenue, right? Not
Absolutely. Do you have the market or not? Are the people paying you or not?
Yeah. So I feel like again, it's also like a constant race between you and all the other tools in the market, right?
Everyone, it's not just me, right? They also have to fight. I also have to fight. That's why it's kind of a long game. It is not 18 months or 12 months, right? It's if you play long-term game, you will win.
Because see, I know for a fact that there is a market leader in this already present in this segment. So now you're kind of hitting on his.
Actually, not.
No.
There is no way. They were actually market leader for B2C. They were focusing on content creators.
Okay. So you're focusing on businesses.
We become another category leader actually.
You're carving out a new category for yourself.
That's it. It is more like a blue ocean.
Yeah.
You know this red ocean, blue ocean. Right?
Yeah.
I don't need to compete with any competitors today. That's where we have an edge today. We have a very early mover advantage.
Yeah, it all boils down to how you put it across, right? Like
how you position yourself, right? It is not about just building a business. If you position yourself in a small pond rather than a big sea, you own that. And as much as I do, he also has to fight the same to acquire that pond. If we both have to start today, he has to put the same effort, and we have equal capability to fight with them. if they have to fight for this spot.
Okay, and this is where the financial muscle comes into play.
So we are open to that. So that is, yeah, money. At the end of the day, it's a business. Why do you want to?
Yeah. So, like, okay, now we've come from, software developer to a sales guy. And on the other side of spectrum, your guy is from a sales guy, he's become a software developer. It's like made for each other. So nice one, like that's great actually, like But yeah, so for the next couple of foreseeable future, you're going to be talking about Hyperly everywhere.
No, man. I think in every product, whatever I do, I put my all sweat. I put all my energy into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't leave any chances. So I know when we put all of our energy into it will happen. There is not much worry about it. But how fast can you make is something that how disciplined you are, how committed you are, how determined you are. Just like a marathon or practicing for an Ironman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how fast can you chase this 42 kilometers goal? Everyone, like thousands of people participate in marathon, but only 100 people or only 3 people will be on the podium.
Mm.
So it's your choice how fast you want to run or how fast, how slow you want to run. But winning is guaranteed. There is. If not this market, there is another market beside. There is thousands of people are looking for your solutions. We don't need to limit ourselves.
Yeah, so positioning matters a lot.
Positioning only matters sometimes. Fighting with the crowd. And I know you are extremely good in positioning yourself that way.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason we term ourselves as a B2B marketing agency.
Absolutely.
It's because we want businesses to pay us. Absolutely. And there's like a very few, like there are a lot of B2B lead gen agencies, but very few who would say like we are a full stack B2B marketing agency.
Yeah.
We would do everything but only for B2B company.
Yeah.
So that's the reason this is the same kind of tangent that you guys are also going after.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, are you planning to build, like, you did tell me about the whole agency model and stuff, like, this is also something that I saw, some of the tools that we use, how they did user acq was through agencies, right? Like, so is that like in your roadmap, like the agency, pushing it to agencies and...
Actually, we had built this entire app today for LinkedIn marketing agency. Any LinkedIn marketing agency across the world can use the product today, Hyperly today, and reduce their time and cost by 50%. I can guarantee it. If any LinkedIn marketing agency having a minimum of 10 to 15 profiles that they are managing, just imagine that you don't have a choice today to operate from a single dashboard. You have to create content continuously for these 10 different profiles. So you need at least a minimum 2 to 3 content writers. You need minimum 2 to 3 graphic designers. You need minimum 1 or 2 salespersons to add more clients to you. So it's like a 10 to 15 member team, and it is a hustle, fucking hustle. And I can guarantee that with Hyperly they can bring down their operations cost, whether it's content creation, whether it's engagement with the targeted audience, or managing multiple profiles from a single dashboard. There is no other player in the market right now.
Yeah, I know. I've been so at one point we were managing multiple accounts, and we used to use multiple different tools to do this.
And how many browsers you are using?
Yeah, we had research happening in one section. Then we used to do use GPT for content creation, the drafts. Then a content writer is to write something. Then to publish it, we used to use another tool so that we can schedule certain posts at certain times. So now you're saying you've packaged everything and created?
I'm saying if you are running a LinkedIn marketing agency today, you can actually scale from 10 clients to 25 clients in next 3 months with Hyperly.
This is not...
Without adding workforce, that's what I'm saying.
And this is not something you just tell for sales. So more users you'll get. This is an actual. This is like an actual pitch that you are telling.
Yeah, see, the point is you are additionally getting revenue from another 10 clients, right?
Yeah.
And without adding any workforce and without you breaking your.
Yeah, I mean that's I think the whole leveraging of AI, where instead of me having 10 content writers, do so much, probably have one guy sit and churn out content for everything.
Just like Sam Altman mentions that today I think one person can build $1 billion business. I'm seeing a future that one agency owner can build, at least manage 100 companies single-handedly. Imagine Hyperly can do that. Hyperly will be only his assisted tool.
Nice. That's a very nice, very broad vision that you have. Like,
I'm managing 10 profiles today. Because see, if I have to sell it to LinkedIn marketing agency, I should know what an agency owner goes through.
So you become a LinkedIn marketing agency.
A LinkedIn marketing agency. So immediately onboarded about like 8 founders. I told them, hey, you don't need to pay huge money that what you pay to agency. You pay me 1/6 of their cost. You pay me. I will manage everything. You believe me, I am doing almost like 3 times what an agency actually has. Because I am a business guy and I want to solve his problem, not just delivering the leads. So I am entirely designing, revamping their LinkedIn profile, the messaging, each and everything I am changing. They just don't know the value, but they will be grateful when they start talking to an agency for the same job. They get to know the value when they start talking to agency.
Yeah.
Oh, this cost this much.
Your undercutting agency is bad. Like, basically putting agencies out of business.
No, actually, see, AI, anyone who is actually delivering mediocre jobs will be replaced. So, if you see the pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid people will be replaced by these kind of tools. Not me. No, if not me, someone will else do it.
Yeah, I know.
If not happily, someone else do it. There is no option left for us.
Nice. So
but actually, there are huge opportunities also there on the other side. If you are a content creator, you are extremely good at communication. Then people are right now struggling with the infographics, visual communications.
Yes.
So you should be able to quickly move to new opportunity and start doing it. Just like how you guys started a podcast as a service. And new things are coming like a newsletter as a service. So many things are coming and we cannot limit ourselves with what we've been doing in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah. So now that we have done this podcast with you, so will you manage our accounts for free? See, end of the day, even I'm a businessman. So I try to pull.
Distribute this, and get me one client. I'll manage your account.
Yeah, sure, dude. Why not?
Because the distribution matters.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Get me one client. I'll manage yours account and Naresh account for free. Because I know exactly what your buyers want. I know how to write.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, we are in plans of, getting into the whole content game. That's pretty much why we started this. And also, I'm sure you're aware, like LinkedIn is coming up with the whole video feature, right? It's in beta as of now. And I recently saw that there are people who are getting like 400k views, 500k views on the LinkedIn videos. It's basically like shorts. It's like every app is doing every app now. So, but then that's the reason we started getting into video content, is because we have a lot to talk about. And given our network, we have a lot of people to talk with also. So, like, why not?
No, actually, I think I was speaking to one LinkedIn marketing agency owner, and he mentioned, I think futuring moving towards every business will have not a marketing or sales team, but they will have a media wing. So from my perspective, you are actually building a media wing which you can sell it in future. It is not an agency what you are building. It is not just service what you are actually providing. So if it actually puts all of this thing into a package, it's a media wing that you are actually building, and it's worth a lot in future just than comparing with whatever you are making right now.
Nice. Okay.
Every business will own a media wing because cost to acquire a customer is getting high day by day.
Yeah.
Ads spend is pretty high. You cannot compete with that power law, right? 1% of the people holds all the wealth.
Yeah.
And they can actually go to an extent to win the first rank in the Google thing or whatever it is, right? 99% of the people cannot fight. So you have to create your own media wings. So what you guys have initiated is great move.
Nice.
Great move, and you just need to see the future, how you are going to, just like how I am mentioning that, if I can create 2,500, if I can sell, or if 2,500 people can hire me or hire a Hyperly, I will become a wealthy man.
Nice.
Similarly, if 100 companies can hire or look for a media wing, like a growth on board, you will become wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, the reason why we started this podcast is also one of the main reasons, I would say, is the personal branding and to get our right clients and all of that.
See, you are a Hyperly customer and you badly wanted to work with me. There is no question.
I'm a Hyperly customer, but I've not used it.
Yeah, it depends on you that the marketing goal, right? Early adopters who are okay to try the product with minimal features. Hey, I'm okay even if the product is not completed. There is a curve that early majority, then late majority. For many products, I'm a very late majority. I don't buy things unless I'm very convinced, and lot of social proof is there. So especially in India, we don't have early majority for software products. There is an early majority for food. Let's say Rameshwaram Cafe opened. Oh, let's go! We are all early majority because you have the spending capacity, 100 rupees to 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. But if you open a premium restaurant, and how many people go? Very few, because of the spending capacity. So when it comes to, that's why you have to, even why you don't get to see early traction for podcast as a business today. Because not everyone in India are early majority are innovator who wants to do podcasting. But you have the market, in US market, where there is an entrepreneurial nature. They don't mind putting $50 and test out the product. Because I spoke to 220 people from India and asked them, would you like to use this product for free? They said, how much it costs? I asked, use it for free. How much it costs? Because you will charge me tomorrow.
Yeah, this is like you give it immediately free. Then I'll get hooked to the tool. Then they will start charging me.
I spoke to 10 to 20 people from other countries, mostly from US. Even before I'm pitching, hey, don't worry about it, man. It's cost $50. I will put my money into you add my $50 to your AMR. They intentionally proposed me to buy the tool, whether they use it or not. Nobody wants for free. So that is where the early adopter concept comes. And if you are a first-time entrepreneur, mostly you will fail because you try to sell to everyone and you try to fill all the leads in this entire funnel, which never moves. So LinkedIn is the best spot, or any social media platform where you speak and attract the right customers, especially early adopters, and you sell to them. Or you just market it to the early adopters, they buy from you. So you will only learn after building 2-3 ventures. So that is the unfortunate thing.
Nice. So Yeah, so it's let's see, man. I'll try to use it.
No, you cannot. Even I don't try. If it is not my product, I'm not blaming you or me myself. That is how we are in our current situations. I don't. That is how we are. That's.
See,
where
for me, it comes from a angle where if someone else who is an expert in that can do it for you, why should you do it, right?
yeah, but
That is not everybody's angle. So, so I don't really fall into your target market that way.
no, actually, end of the day, it's an urgency factor, right? You use some tools for email marketing,
Huh.
whether you don't have option.
There we have to, right?
You have to. But how long it took for you to adopt the product?
It didn't really take us that much time, to be honest.
When did the product launch?
The product currently we're using,
Yeah, let's say Smartly we're talking about.
yeah,
When did it launch?
it probably launched 2 years ago, and probably we started using a year back.
Right.
Yeah.
So you buy after 1 year,
Hmm.
right? Hyperly also you will buy after 1 year.
Hmm.
You see, right? So the early adopters buy in the first month and the first 3 months. So early majority buys in the next 9 months to 12 months.
Hmm.
Then the late majority comes, then they kick in.
Hmm.
So that's the nature of the product. It is not the people's problem. That's the nature of the product.
Hmm.
The urgency factor has to kick in. We don't act urgent.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of
Because
true.
we have people to throw at the problem.
Yeah, it's still cheap to throw people at the problem.
That's
all.
what it's not the problem of our geographies. That's
Yeah,
software. Why do I need to buy software?
yeah. I mean,
So you have to know the facts because a lot of founders are struggling to market, struggling to sell because they don't understand the urgency factor.
hmm.
So I'm not from the day one because first I need 1,000 users to test my product. So now the testing one season is over. Now we are delivering the value. So the day one I noticed that this is the product that I can sell. This makes revenue. I started marketing in US market.
Nice.
Day one, not in every day. Now I'm waking up till morning 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and only marketing in US market. Even I changed my posting schedule. I posted at 6 o'clock Indian time, evening,
Hmm.
so that it builds a momentum and it's get ready for US market. Even if you see some of the profiles I manage, I posted US times.
Okay, nice. Nice, man, nice. I mean, that's great. I'll try to use it. I mean, like you said, I'm not like an early adopter.
No, it is not.
But,
it is about the product-led growth. It takes its own journey. It
Yes,
is not about
yeah.
the humans.
Definitely. Great, dude. It was amazing talking about your whole journey, and I'm pretty sure, because we are trying to distribute this, we'll get you that client so that we get that. I have video proof now.
You have to sell. You have to sell Hyperly. I can. Yeah, I'm still up with the deal, and I will manage both of your profiles at free cost.
Yeah, we have video proof. Tomorrow you can't back out. But yeah, it was nice talking to you, man.
Same here, man. Really
You
enjoyed
should.
it. I'm super happy with your new initiation. I hope this leads to a lot of wealth creation for you guys. All the best.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and
And try Hyperly.
yeah, try Hyperly. We'll have a link in the bio.